Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, coming to you live from Lagos and Abuja. A reminder of our top stories. 135 Boko Haram terrorists surrender to the Nigerian troops in Borno State. National Human Rights Commission clears military of human rights abuse. Alhaji Atiku Abubakar formally declares intention to contest in the 2015 presidential election, promises Nigerians a better deal. And a French hostage reportedly beheaded by Algerian jihadist group linked with Islamic State militants. Well, just to remind you now that all our top stories are on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. And do visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones from their respective stores. And we urge you to interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android, iOS and Windows 8 platforms. If you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap the application on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and then follow the instructions. Let's take a look at some politics now. Ahead of the All Progressive Congress primaries, Nigeria's former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has indicated his intention to run for the party's presidential ticket in the 2015 elections. He confirmed this at a conference in Abuja, the nation's capital. Well, this is not the first time Alhaji Abubakar will be running for the presidency, but he tells Nigerians that now is the time and the opportunity to turn things around.
Can I have a round of applause for them?
It was an event-packed award press conference, but from the look of it, it's perhaps more than that. The arena filled to the brim and the banners hanging around the space points a finger at this man, a former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, and his political ambition come 2015. An event labeled Atiku for 2015 and Nigeria for all. Before the speaker gets to the podium, some people were asked to speak about their experience as Nigerians.
I was having a laundry, I was having a car wash by the side, and everybody was eating the food, everybody was happy. But my brothers, I was running that place every day for 20 hours without lights.
I get to Kano, I can drop my bag with a bike man. I know my bag will get home. But right now, fear. I can't even sleep.
We don't have to run skata to get food. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, there is serious hunger in the land.
With those comments, it simply set the stage for the former vice president to make his declaration and intentions to run for office of the president on the platform of the APC at the 2015 general elections.
That I will, by the grace of God, along with other respected leaders of our party, seek nomination as a candidate of the APC to contest the presidential election of 2015.
Having declared his mission to seek office, the Turaki Adamawa also states what he plans to do differently if given the chance to lead the country once again, although this time as a president.
I want to lead a government that will invest in its people because people constitute the wealth of any nation. I want to lead a government that will create a Nigeria for all. A Nigeria that is not about North or South, Christian or Muslim, but about a better tomorrow, where every citizen will feel secure, act with patriotism, having assurance of the fulfillment of his or her aspirations. I want to lead a government that will rebuild the institution of governance with zero tolerance for corruption and nepotism.
Chief Atiku Abubakar is no stranger to the seat of power and is perhaps the first aspirant in the APC that would come public on the intention to run for president. In any case, as we look forward to other aspirants declaring their intentions, the party's primaries will determine who flies the flag. Shehu Okimbaloye, Channels Television News.
Well, staying with politics, and the Ogun State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has described the endorsement of President Goodluck Jonathan as the sole presidential candidate for the party in 2015 as the best thing to have happened to the party in recent times. The PDP state chairman, Mr. Bayo Dayo, made this known in Ijebu in Ogun State, southwest Nigeria, during a ceremony where about 3,000 defectors from other parties were welcomed into the PDP. He says the absence of the former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, does not in any way invalidate the endorsement.
There's nobody left behind. We are all happy about it because it's a good development. It is something that has never happened in this country before, and I am happy. I am very happy about it. And with that, instead of wasting our money on primaries, we will face our opponents with whatever it takes. And we are going back to office come 2015.
The Ekiti State Governor-elect, Mr. Ayo Fayose, has been reacting to the disruption of a High Court sitting in Ekiti by suspected thugs and has denied his involvement or that of his party members in the fracas. Mr. Fayose told journalists at his home today that the turn of events regarding the court case by the professional group called the E11 is a plan to scuttle his inauguration as the governor of Ekiti State in October. The E11 group went to court earlier in the year, seeking the court to make Mr. Fayose explain the circumstances surrounding his impeachment in 2006. The governor-elect, however, believes that the chief judge of the state is an interested party in the case and he's lost hope in the process.
Their target to frustrate the inauguration or foster the Speaker of Ekiti State as acting governor is not in line with the Constitution of Nigeria. Even if you get any judgment by any backdoor means, it does not stop my inauguration. Because there's a electoral process, there is a process that gives INEC the power to conduct elections, and whoever has won that election must be sworn in at all costs. Our CJ is an interested party in this matter. And we have been told that he wants to assign the matter to himself. He's a clear member of the E11, the petitioners. And his actions and inactions has confirmed that he's an interested party.
Well, over now to Abuja. Here's Gloria Umezoke. Hey, Gloria.
Thank you, Ijoma, and welcome to the nation's capital. The federal government has rolled out activities to mark Nigeria's Independence Day celebrations next Wednesday, October 1st. The events were rolled out at the council meeting presided over by Vice President Namadi Sambo, while the president is in New York for the United Nations General Assembly. For the Minister of Information, Minister Labaran Mako, who briefed State House correspondents after the council meeting, said this year's activities will begin with Jumat prayers at the National Mosque on Friday, followed by the anniversary church service on Sunday at the Christian Ecumenical Center, Abuja. There will be the usual National Day broadcast as well as change of guards at the Presidential Villa, followed by anniversary banquet at the Presidential Banquet Hall.
Independence proper, which is Wednesday, will be marked by a nationwide broadcast by Mr. President, which will come up 7 a.m. on Wednesday. The President will address the nation on the independence anniversary of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That address will be 7 a.m. on Wednesday, 1st of October. And there will then be the change of guard ceremony here at the Presidential Villa, also on Wednesday at 9 a.m. on Wednesday. So after the national broadcast, it will be followed up by the Brigade of Gas exchange of gas ceremony, which usually takes place here when the anniversaries are low keyed. And so this one will come up at 9 a.m. on Wednesday here at the Villa to mark the anniversary of Nigeria's independence. It will be attended by special guests, members of the diplomatic corps, and invited guests.
Well, women have been challenged to be more involved in the affairs of governance in order to move the country forward. Well, this was the view of governors of Lagos and Oyo states at the closing ceremony of the Committee of Wives of Lagos State Officials in Lagos. Governor Babatunde Fashola and Abiola Ajumebi believes that inasmuch as women should be treated fairly, they should also give support to themselves in order to achieve the change they yearn for.
People say, oh, 30% of women must be employed, must be engaged, must be appointed. For God's sake, why 30%? And that 30% will be in what capacity? We've never had a woman president. Neither have we had a woman vice president. How many of you are willing to sacrifice and even stand up now to say our women must be number one and not number two?
This is a very, very low benchmark for measuring success. If you claim a trophy for appointing a woman, I think it is a very, very low benchmark. I think also that it shows a lack of understanding of the issues that agitate women. In my view, I think that women are asking for justice and fairness. They are not asking for favors. I think that the profound issues about protecting them, protecting their children, protecting their assets are much more enduring investments that we can make in order to ensure that women get fairness and they get justice.
The controversies trailing Governor Okorocha's free education program in Imo State might have been laid to rest following his recent declaration of total free tuition for students schooling in the Imo State University, which includes both indigenes and non-indigenes. The governor made this declaration today while commissioning a students' recreation park in the Imo State University premises in Owerri, the Imo State capital. The governor also explained that the best gift that can be given to a child is education. He said his administration will remain committed to giving young people a better future by providing them the opportunity to go to school at no cost.
If I say education is free, education is free. And no more payment of school fees by any son or daughter of Imo State in the Imo State institution.
That was way back in the year 2012. Immediately he made this statement, his opponents picked holes in it, particularly the 20,000 naira acceptance levy and some other levies that the students had to pay, which critics insisted negates the whole idea behind the free education program.
We don't have free education properly so-called at the tertiary education level in the state. Students still pay tuition fees.
The commissioning of a new students' recreation park within the Imo State University premises provides an opportunity to clear the air. The Vice-Chancellor of the university, Professor Ukachukwu Awuzie, begins reeling out what the institution has benefited from Governor Rochas Okorocha's administration.
We have a laboratory complex for hematology and pharmacology being built today, almost nearly completion at the College of Medicine, also built under His Excellency, the government of Imo State.
It is now the governor's turn to say it as it is. Governor Okorocha goes on to tell all listening that henceforth, students of the institution, both indigenes and non-indigenes, will no longer pay tuition fees, including acceptance fees, and every other fees that were formerly levied on the students.
Let me announce to you that this free education now is no longer for only the children of Imo State, it's for all that school.
And as they celebrate, there are indeed some caveats surrounding this freebie. Before now, the state government, under the free education policy, paid 100,000 naira tuition for each student who is an indigene of Imo State, and 50,000 naira for non-indigenes, all with different levies which did not go down well with the students. With this new policy, all students, indigenes and non-indigenes, can concentrate only on their studies as payment for their tuition has been taken care of.
When the news at 10 returns, CBN figures show the nation's external reserve on the rise. That's in business news. Please join us again.